Of searching through endless products that don't quite fit your needs? Introducing iMarketplace at iShop.Black, the online marketplace designed specifically for the African American community. At iShop.Black, we understand the unique tastes and needs of our community. That's why we've designed and curated a collection of over 30,000 products just for you. From fashion to home decor, beauty to premium designer brands, we've got it all. Each product is thoughtfully selected to reflect our culture, our style, and our heritage. Why shop at stores that don't cater to your needs? With iShop.Black, you can find everything you're looking for in one place, created with you in mind. Hear what customers are saying. iShop.Black has products that really speak to me and my family's lifestyle. Another, I love the variety and quality. It feels good to support a marketplace that supports us. Join the growing number of satisfied customers who have discovered the difference. Visit iShop.Black today and start shopping for products designed just for you. iShop.Black, the #1 destination for melanated shoppers.
What's going on, fam? This is Jay Cameron inviting you to join us in Ethiopia next March 2025. And this is going to be an iconic trip that you don't want to miss, a trip of a lifetime. We're going to be visiting Addis Ababa, Gondor, Lalibela. You'll have a chance to taste the amazing Ethiopian food. You'll also have a chance to visit the Rastafarian community. You'll get the history, you'll get the fashion, you'll have an opportunity to shop. It's going to be a trip, an experience of a lifetime. So make sure you sign up to join us in Ethiopia, March 2025.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday, June 13th. We are trucking along. We're almost halfway done with the month of June. It is passing by so fast, ladies and gentlemen, passing by so very fast. Well, we'll be talking about y'all favorite congressman, old Clyburn there. You know, we're going to revisit a couple of videos that Clyburn made that we all talked about, and we're looking at the result of those, comments Clyburn made some over the years, I would say, during the Biden presidency. And we're definitely going to look at that. Also, those of you who are interested in going to Ethiopia, as you saw on the screen there, make sure that you secure your spot by going to AfricanDiasporaNews.org/Ethiopia. It would take you to the website where you can see, what's on the trip, the cost. The deposit is $199 down. I know between Thursday and Friday, a lot of people, get their pay. So if you want to go, make sure you secure your spot. Last time I was told it was 18 spots. I'll get another update as of Monday about that. And we don't want you to come up at the last minute saying, oh, can I go? Because once it's cut off, it is cut off, ladies and gentlemen. So, see everybody slowly coming on in. And also, always remember, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time is when we do our lives. Now something happens, I won't, but 9 times out of 10, we're purposed to be here 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. But we always got content going 7 days a week. I finally just got some of the videos from South Africa edited from the meet and greet. Just tweaking one or two things on that edit, and we'll be putting that out. So that's going to be good. I really like how that video came out with the meet and greet from South Africa and everything. So that way you can kind of see some of the people that went on the trip. Why in the world that's happening? But anyway, let's go ahead on and get to the devotion, and then we're going to go ahead on and jump into the situation with Clyburn. I don't want to take too much more, of your time. So let's see who we going to. Oh, I know we'll go with tonight.
People say the key to fixing the problems is education. But I say education is not the answer. Why bother? And what do they do in college anyway? Oh, they go there. They party, get drunk for 4-5 years, and end up just as ignorant as when they came in. You ever seen these fraternities and sororities? You ever seen these things? Silliest ever seen in my life. You think Aristotle turned to Achilles and said, hey, let's create a fraternity and jump up and down barking like dogs? Hell no. White man out there getting Nobel Prizes and doing business deals in the fraternities. Jumping up and down with candy canes and doing all kinds of silly shit with their hands. I got something for a fraternity of bananas up a tree.
Hold on. Didn't know that was silent. Okay, well, shout out to Uncle Ruckus. Of course, Boondocks was always a good show, actually ahead of his time. And, they talk about how the Simpsons be predicting things. Well, the Boondocks that predicted a lot, too, or called out certain behaviors that we see today that was talked about way back when the Boondocks was on. Good show, real good show. All right. So let's get into the meat of what we're talking about, which we see on the lower third. The Democrats overplayed their hand by sending out Clyburn. Now, why do we say that? Now, if you go back to the last election, Joe Biden was at the bottom. They had about 17 Democrats that a lot of people could have chose from. I still to this day don't know why those of you who voted for Biden, I don't know why you got behind him and you had 16 other Democrats to choose from that I thought some of them would have been better than Biden, but here nor there. So Biden was almost out the campaign. Clyburn comes out in South Carolina, and for some reason, South Carolina wanted Biden. And after that, for some reason, now he just started getting all these votes. You're seeing black people lining up. Oh, they were lining up to go vote for Biden. You're seeing Boulay Martin crying in his car to see all them black people lined up because he was promised something, and doggone it, he got his paper when Biden got in office. He got access that he wanted, but he gets access, but he don't do nothing with it. Maybe for himself. Maybe he gives a couple of checks for himself, but not for black people, right? So the Biden election kind of showed a lot of things. It showed how people, are getting paid to deliver up the black vote for the Democrat Party, how they'll go to great lengths to lie. They'll go to great lengths to propagandize. They'll do all of that, right? We learned a lot from the 2020 election. But see, after the 2020 election, now the pressure was on Biden at that point. Because, okay, now you got the presidency, Biden. Now you got to show and prove. And he did not show and prove as we can see now, right? So during the years, a lot of brothers and sisters were starting to approach Clyburn and talk about reparations. Reparations is a conversation that's not going nowhere until it's done. I'm telling y'all right now, you could say, no, we're not doing it. Why I got to pay? It don't matter what you say, it's going to be done. Because at one point in time, we was on a plantation and people said, no, y'all not getting off of that either. So reparations is actually a lot easier to get than getting off the plantation. That's for sure, right? Because getting us off the plantation completely changed the whole economy in America. Paying reparations won't change the economy whatsoever. Not at all. And at least black Americans aren't asking, hey, you know what? We need 250 years of that, actually. And some land, because y'all did that for them Native Americans. It's time for us to get ours. Don't you think they didn't have theirs long enough? If they can't make it after all these years, I don't know what to tell you. Like, come on. But let's get to Clyburn. Let's get to Clyburn. Okay, you say you met Clyburn when he was in South Carolina. He said he came to a church you attended. He said I haven't been back to that church. Good for you. All right, so let's get to Clyburn here. Where's Clyburn? Here we go. And let's just kind of go through some things with him. We'll stop and start. All right, there he is. I know y'all love Clyburn.
If you wait on cash payments to come out of reparations, you're going to wait forever. It's not going to happen. So what you got to do, let me just talk. Don't put that in my face.
Why are you touching me?
Okay, all right. I'm going to leave you alone.
Cut the check. Tell Nancy Pelosi to cut the check.
Yeah.
You do that for me?
She's the treasurer.
Cut the check. Somebody better cut the check.
If you wait on cash payments to come out of reparations, you're going to wait forever. It's not going to happen. So what you got to do, let me just talk. Don't put that in my face.
Why are you touching me?
Okay, all right. I'm going to leave you alone.
Cut the check. Tell Nancy Pelosi to cut the check.
Yeah.
You do that for me?
She's the treasurer.
Cut the check. Somebody better cut the check.
All right, let me stop right there off this first video, ladies and gentlemen. So, Clyburn with a straight face said, you never gonna get it. I mean, he said that with a straight face. And when the brother said cut the check, he like, I know he didn't just say this. And he had laughed about it. I mean, this is our representation. No other groups have to deal with this kind of representation, ladies and gentlemen. No other groups. You don't see white representatives acting that way about their community. You don't see Hispanics. You don't see Asians. You don't see Arabs, Palestinians, all these different groups of people that have people in Congress. Even if you want to talk about outside, this is a Black American, but if you want to talk about the Somali community, right? The African immigrant. Ilhan Omar says she's there to fight for and defend Somalia. She's not there to tell Somalis what they're not going to get. You got AOC. She's not going to tell Puerto Ricans what they're not going to get. No, that's only happens with these Black American politicians. If you look at the Caribbean politicians, they fight for Caribbean people. But when it comes to Black American politicians, you want to say no to reparations, even though they were qualified to get reparations. They're so sold out, they're so corrupt, that they feel that the reparations that all of us would get is pennies compared to the money they're getting underneath corruption and underneath selling us out. You understand? Now, let me pull something up real quick about Clyburn. You know, it's always a thing called follow the money. Give me a second. Follow the money. There we go. I'm going to show y'all something about your boy Clyburn. Let me see. Candidates. Members of Congress. Just give me a second. I'm going to pull him up. Just give me a second. There you go, Clyburn. All right. Go ahead, search for Clyburn. Oh, come on now. Where is it? Let me see. Congressional elections. I'm trying to find something about Clyburn. Just give me a second. Congressional elections. Let's see here. Where's his name? Clyburn. Y'all, I'm thinking on the fly. And I had him pulled up the other day, too. 2024. Okay, so Clyburn is running again in 2024. And let's see here. All right. That's what I wanted. Let me get it back up on the screen. All right. So on opensecrets.org, this your boy Clyburn here. Okay? So he been in office since 1992. Next election is this year. The leadership PAC is Bridge PAC. Raised $1.4 million. He spent $1.8 million. He has 0 debts. and 1.8 million cash on hand. Now, if you want to know who control your politicians, then go no further than the money. So Prince Waterhouse Coopers, this company, $15,000. Evergreen Money, $13,200. Truist Financial, you know that's the bank, $12,045. Fluor Corporation, you got about $12,000 here. McGuire Woods Consulting, $11,700. They're telling you the top industries. They tell you all the source of the funds. Now, he had a lot of PAC contributions because, you know, he got like over $1 million. So a lot of PACs gave him money. Then he had large individual contributions, small individual. Now, you know, corporation is also considered individual. But yeah, just let you know, and you can go to any person and find out who is their top contributors and stuff like that, right? Who's controlling your politicians right there. So let me get back on the screen. All your politicians are controlled by corporations, super PACs, same thing, whatever. So with his 1.8 million right there, he getting his reparations. And you know good and well, they say he has no debt. We just saw he had no debt. So he can spend money and they can hold that money. He can hold it. And then when they get in office, they create jobs for their family. And I get it, because, you know, nepotism, I get it. But they end up getting money behind the scenes with these corporations. Say, hey, through lobbyists, hey, you know, you vote for this, I'll give you that. So when he's laughing in a black person's face, and he's cool to say, you're not going to get it, and then when you say cut the check, he laughs about it, actually laughing in disgust. It's not laughing because he thinks it's funny. He's getting his already, ladies and gentlemen. He's getting his. He's getting his. That's why he feels that way. Because he's getting his reparations now. So he actually would hurt his reparations by fighting for yours and fighting for mine. You understand? All right. So let's get back to Clyburn here. Let's get back. Come on, Clyburn.
I'm doing well. Listen, but I gotta go. But I appreciate the fish fry and everything. I did want to ask though. Reparations is a big thing.
Look, reparations are big with me. I'm the only one doing the bill. Why y'all keep fucking with me on that? I'm the only one doing the bill. It's my bill.
Which bill?
The reparations bill.
HR 40?
HR 40.
Okay.
And I've been doing it for 20 years, 30 years. And it's been around for 38. So why y'all keep telling me about a bill that's been there for 38 years?
Okay, so Clyburn was upset, you know, that he was approached at the fish fry. And he was asked about reparations. And, you know, he didn't like that. He said he the one put up the bill. No, it was John Conyers. It wasn't you, sir. It was John Conyers. And then tried to finesse black people to vote for Biden. Y'all had a whole hearing of HR 40, and that was a spectacle in itself. Nothing got done in the HR 40 hearing. Not a freaking thing done. Biden didn't even say, you know what, let me form a commission that I can do at the presidential level and see if we can just get this study done. At least that much. Biden didn't even want to do that. But remember, Clyburn is getting his reparations, so he can care less about you. He'll make sure his children are getting some of that good money. Let me tell you something. America and their system is extremely corrupt, but their corruption is called lobbyists. That's their corruption. Oh, they're just lobbyists. These lobbyists hang at Capitol Hill all day long trying to convince your senators and congresspeople to advocate for them. One of the biggest PACs that you could think of is what? AIPAC. And who they advocate for? They do not advocate for the American people. They advocate for a foreign nation, right? Now, if that one nation can do that, it's something I thought. Well, shouldn't the Chinese be able to have the same influence, like at least on our Congress, to advocate for China? Or maybe North Korea can have lobbyists here and they can be over there lobbying for North Korea. Or maybe they can be lobbying, you know, for Russia, you know. or maybe lobbying for Jamaica or something, right? You know, it's okay to be lobbying for a foreign entity, and that's okay. But yet you're online saying that you don't think you want to vote for the Democrat Party, and now they want to say election interference. I'm trying to, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe y'all can help me out. It's okay for all that to go on at Congress, but if you question certain things, you're a conspiracy theorist. If you say you don't want to vote for the Democrats, you don't want to vote for nobody. You don't have to be Democrat. You don't vote for nobody. You're subject to misinformation. Well, Clyburn and them not subject to misinformation? We know these people are coming to them with agendas, and they are doing the agendas of the people that's coming to them. And to me, that is election interference. Where is the commissions? Where is all that about election interference? Where is about the misinformation, disinformation campaigns that's going on all the time against them? Where is it at? You're always singling out black people saying we're subject to misinformation, disinformation from Russians and everything else. Why would the Russians need to mess with us when they can go straight to you with a bag? Because that's what they're doing. I'll give you this much to vote. Of course, they're not just handing them a check. They're doing it in other ways. Oh, I will donate to your campaign. I will, give to your nonprofit. That sort of thing is going on. They're not just handing them checks. Because if you come up on them and ask them about how much money you getting, now nobody giving me no money. What are you talking about? You understand? That's how it's being done. It's legal bribery, because it's bribery. It's legal corruption. But you look in the African continent or whatever, if the same thing was going on, them African politicians, they so corrupt. All of them are corrupt. But this is not corruption? All these corporations could just give money way more than American people can give? Because American people are struggling. Y'all, I just went to two stores today. I went to a Kroger, it's by my home. I bought some items, and y'all, it was $91. I said, what the heck? I said, that's $91? I said, seriously? Then I went to the next store I need to go to get some things. $47. I'm like, bro, so I just not spend almost $150? And I didn't go buy no meat or nothing. I didn't buy no meat. So you can't say, well, did you buy meat? Did you buy seafood? No, I didn't. I'm like, man, bro, I'm sick of this food in the United States, man. I'm sick of this crap. When I was in South Africa, man, I was in the grocery store not spending much of nothing, at least against the American dollar. I wasn't spending much of nothing, and the thing was full. I can go eat all day in the restaurant, and it's actually affordable. America getting so doggone expensive, but people like Clyburn don't care because he getting his. So when black Americans are asking about reparations, that's why you bothering him. That's why. And a lot of black Americans see this. They see this constantly. And they see this is not only Clyburn, but it's how the party feel about black America and reparations. Let's go to the last video real quick.
You want to know if you support reparations?
I'm sorry?
You want to know if you support reparations?
I support reparations, but I didn't that name. Y'all need to learn what reparations is. Y'all keep talking about a word. It means to repair.
It's cash payments for all.
Hell no. You'll never get it.
Why not? That's why we need your support. You got a lot of power.
You will never get it.
You have a lot of leverage.
Let me ask you a question.
You get our support. We've been dedicated to you for a very long time.
Will you listen?
Yes, y'all hear that again.
God in that name, y'all need to learn what reparations is. Y'all keep talking about a word. It means to repair.
It's cash payments for all.
Hell no. You'll never get it.
Support reparations.
I support reparations, God in that name. Y'all need to learn what reparations is. Y'all keep talking about a word. It means to repair.
It's cash payments for all.
Hell no. You'll never get it. Y'all keep talking about a word. It means to repair.
It's cash payment for all.
Hell no. You never get it.
Why not? That's why we need your support. You got a lot of power.
You will never get it.
You have a lot of leverage.
Let me ask you a question.
You get our support. We've been dedicated to you for a very long time.
Will you listen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. If you are mulatto and you are allowed to get an education, and this person is not allowed to get an education, how will you measure which one to do what?
I was allowed to get an education, but I'm still.
That's not the point. You're talking about the law. You're talking about the law. You're talking about my wife, whose grandfather was white, and therefore her mother could get educated, but her daddy was African. And how do you measure that?
But Africans get educated now. You support Africans getting educated right now.
We're living in Africa.
You living in America.
I know you got more sense than I got. I understand that. Y'all keep talking about a word. It means to repair.
It's cash payment for all.
Hell no. You never get it.
Yeah, I just kept repeating that because it needs to stick in your head. Hell no, you never getting it. That's a common theme with him. That's a common theme. So it goes back to the title of the stream today. Will Representative Jim Clyburn help? Got to add the ED to so sorry about that. I'll fix that after the fact. Start the exodus away from Democrats by denying reparations to Black Americans. So it was a straight denial, constantly. If Clyburn is saying hell no, you'll never get it, how you gonna tell something to Biden? Think about that. If Clyburn repeatedly telling you hell no, you'll never get it. If he's telling you that, and he's a top Democrat, and he's Black, okay, how are you gonna go approach the white Democrats about reparations when they say, well, Clyburn over here said, and it's sad because I never see videos come out like that by any other group. Only these Black American politicians. Now, so you say, okay, what can we do? What's the solution? Everything has to be a solution, right? We could talk about Clyburn all day. We can complain about Clyburn. Now let's put it back in your feet, right? Okay, so if everyone is listening, all 1,200 of you or so listening, are all of you registered to vote? Let's start there. Are all of you registered to vote? Because if you're not at least registered to vote, you can't even do anything strategically to try to fix the problem, right? So if you're registered to vote, good. I'm registered to vote. I am registered to vote. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna show y'all all my business, but my card right here is right here. So I got my voter registration card. I don't need to take it with me, but I got it. Do you have a driver's license? So you can drive to and from. And also, my belief, do you have a United States passport? So you can move in and out the country anytime you feel like you need to, whether vacation or whatever the case may be. Do you have a United States passport? You need to have all three. So let's go back to, okay, you registered to vote. People like Clyburn should not keep going back. They're voting for Clyburn. Let's say South Carolina. He's on the ballot again, okay? Those people keep sending him back, even though he say, hell no, you're not gonna get it. So the people in South Carolina is voting for him, and you break it down, there's a lot of people in his age group that's voting for him. There are more younger people in this country than the older people. Y'all can complain on the older generation, but the older generation get their behind up out that house and they go vote. When the younger people are sitting around complaining, but they're not saying, you know what, Clyburn got to go. It's way more of us than them. So let's go ahead on and get him out the paint. If you're not willing to get yourself up and getting Clyburn out and Maxine Waters and all these different ones who have sold out the black community, if you're not willing to get your behind up and do something different, you'll keep having the same problem. We say, well, I'll just sit on the couch. It's a time to sit on the couch. I'm with you on that. It is a time. And it's a time to say, you know what? Yeah, you need to go. And this has nothing to do with Democrats, what I'm talking about. Because give you another example. The race in New York with Jamal Bowman. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. But if I was in New York in Jamal Bowman's district, I would go out, I'm telling you, I would go out and vote for Jamal Bowman. I'm gonna tell you why. Not because of his politics. The reason why I would go and vote for Jamal Bowman is because AIPAC is targeting him. And they spent a lot of money on this other candidate to get him out. Do you know Hillary just came out and supported the other candidate against Jamal Bowman? He's already been there. Normally they don't do that. So if AIPAC says that 98% of their candidates win elections, 98%, they boast that. So if you want to do something different, if I was in Jamal Bowman's district, I would go vote for Jamal Bowman. And then I would tell Jamal Bowman, look, Jamal, I didn't really vote for you because I like your politics, brother. I said, I voted for you because I see what they're doing. And that's way more dangerous to me than even some things you say with politics. Now, I gave you a lifeline this time. Brother, we need you to do X, Y, and Z. And if you're not going to do it, we'll circle back in 2 years and get you out of here. You understand? But if we're going to get you out, it's not going to be on that. You have to show up at times. You may have to vote for a Democrat. You may have to vote for a Republican. You may have to vote for an independent. That's the beauty of being independent. You're not tied to any political party. You're not. If you have an individual Democrat that's great in your district, he or she show up, he or she make sure y'all good, papered up, they fight for the black community. You may say, I'm not really a Democrat, but they good. Okay, go vote for that brother or sister. That's fine with me. And if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, what the other person talking about? Hey, are they going to do something good for us? Well, hey, let's go vote for that person. But we can't just complain on Clyburn or Exodus just to the couch. It's time to sit on the couch, yes. But it's also a time to say we got to make sure that we put the people in there that we want. If you care about the black community, if you care even about America, now you don't care about that, man, I'm chill. In a few years, Phil, I'm moving out of here, then hey, I'm not even talking to you. I'm not, you good. You going somewhere else. You having a good life somewhere else. You ain't worried about what America and what they got going on. But even if you live abroad, you should still care about what America does, because what happens in America is going to affect you even abroad. Good, bad, in between. So, okay, Vic Stat, thank you very much. I like them red ones there. You said that Clyburn makes me think Django is based on real life. And my mother said she's still going with Joe, but my granny, before she passed, she said had way more of an open mind about reparations and wanted to know about third parties. Yeah, you know, listen, we got people in our community that are just, when it comes to Democrat, they lost. Some of them. But I would say what I'm noticing is the younger people. When I say younger, when I say the term younger, I'm meaning outside of the civil rights generation. The oldest I'm talking to is my generation, Gen X. That's the oldest I really talk to at this point. I love everybody, but I'm talking more to Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z, because that's the people that's really dealing with the problem right now. Our older brothers and sisters, they had their good jobs. They got their pensions. Gen X, millennial, and Gen Z not gonna have a pension. Sorry, it's not gonna happen. Maybe if you're a police officer or something, but if you're not a job like that, you're not gonna really have a pension. It's not happening. Homes for the people from the civil rights generation were, $50,000 and $60,000. Your average home now is running you in the South a lot of times upward of $400,000, and don't even talk about when you go into California, New York, and a lot of places up to $1 million more in a lot of places, right? You don't have what they had. Back then, they could work one man could work one good job at the factory, a refinery, or wherever. and the wife can stay at home and just raise the kids. And they wasn't spending $150 in the grocery store. And if they did, they bought food for the freaking probably a month and a half. If they spent that much back then, maybe 2 months worth of food. We are in, Gen X, Millennial, and Gen Z are in dire straits. And that's why I'm more so, and I've learned Gen X, Millennials, and Gen Z, they're more powerful and change their mind a lot easier when it comes to this thing of politics. I'm seeing more and more brothers and sisters in those 3 age groups really, look at this thing and say, man, we got to figure it. And do you know the average age of Black America right now is 32 years old? 32. That's the average age. So there's more people on that less than 50 than over 50. But what we have to do, and then I know I have people outside of the Black community that watch this program. They like listening to some of the politics. And if you're outside the Black community, I can refer to you too. You can't complain about different things if you're not registered to vote either, and you're not going to get certain people out or certain people in. You have to support grassroots candidates. And you have to go to websites like opensecrets.org and see who's donating to candidates. If you see AIPAC donating to anybody, that should disqualify them right there, because you know good and well if you take AIPAC money, you got to do what AIPAC tell you to do. And we need people from the grassroots to run for office, and it's going to be responsible with and accountable to the grassroots. That's our problem. They only do what they do, Clyburn and the rest of them, is because we, as a community, don't hold them accountable. We complain. We oh, look what's happened with the migrants. Joe Biden and them giving migrants all this money. But yeah, when you say, okay, well, shoot, let's go ahead and get these Democrats on out of here. Let's vote somebody else. Oh, hell no. Hell no. I ain't voting like that. No. And then so what you go do, just go vote for another Democrat. Like in Chicago. You complained on Rahm Emanuel. Okay, fine. Rahm Emanuel was messing up in Chicago. You went out and got another Democrat, Lori Lightfoot. Got Lori Lightfoot in there. Lori Lightfoot, same Democrat policies. Okay, y'all didn't like Lori Lightfoot and the things she was doing. You was upset. You bring Brandon Johnson in, another Democrat. He's doing the same thing, but actually a little worse with the migrant situation. You can't keep voting for people of the same party thinking that tiger is going to change his stripes. In order for that tiger to change the stripes, you got to switch parties. See, one thing the white supremacists do, they will change every other election cycle. Okay, we got a Democrat this time. Okay, we're going to get a Republican. We're going to get a Democrat. We'll get a Republican. That's how they do it. Do you notice how they never really stick to one party? Now, more of them will vote Republican, but you still have a good portion of them that vote Democrat too. And some Democrats vote Republican, and some Republicans vote Democrat. It just depends. When Trump first won the first time, a lot of them folks are so secretive about Trump, but a lot of them went vote for Trump. Trump didn't just win, it wasn't no surprise. A lot of them, oh yeah, Trump, he's kind of, yeah, he's discriminatory, he's racist, and then went right in that voting booth and voted Trump. But I was talking to Sister Mitra about this. It's like with some of us, and I say some, not all, you act like this Democrat Party has a demonic spell on you, like literally like a demonic curse, and you will stop talking to family members. Listen to me. You will stop talking to family members behind the Democrat Party. You won't stop talking to family members that are shooting up the block. You won't stop talking to a family member who's having all these illegitimate children out here, male or female. You won't stop talking to a family member if they say, I don't believe in God or whatever they doing out here, right? You'll still talk to them, you'll love them, you'll forgive them, everything, right? You say, oh, well, they're a work in progress, they're still family. But let somebody in your family say they do not want to vote for Joe Biden in 2024. You will stop, and I'm not saying you who listening, but a lot of them will stop talking to that person. Cast them out. Your mammy would not talk to you because you said that you're not going to vote for Joe Biden. Let's say if you say, you know what, I think I'm going to vote for Robert Kennedy. I'm going to vote, but I was going to vote for Robert Kennedy. Or if you say, you know what, I'm going to vote for Trump. What? You know, like that. Or you could say, well, I'm going to vote for the couch. What? It's like, if you don't vote Democrat, well, this is the deal I have about that. How do we go vote Democrat when the top Democrat tells us about reparations? Hell no, you're not getting it. And then he's not saying, hell no, the migrants not getting money. He's not saying, hell no, the Ukrainians are not getting money. He's not saying, hell no, all that money has been going to Israel. He's not saying that. He's never said hell no to any of that. But when we ask for something, it's hell no, you're not getting it. How do we, and then our votes are used to paper up all these other groups. And yet we sitting there with our plate empty and we starving. Why would not people start exiting and making an exodus away from the Democrat Party? I mean, really, it's common sense. That's like being in an abusive relationship. How long are you going to take being hit upside the head by that man or that woman before you say, okay, I didn't got hit long enough upside my head? No, I can't get hit no more. I'm done. I'm leaving. That's what happens in abusive relationships. And the Democrats has had an abusive relationship with Black America. Abusive. It's abusive because you're using Black America. You're pulling on our historic pain to manipulate to get a vote. You can't pull no historic pain on Hispanics. You can't pull it on whites. You can't pull it on East Indians. You can't pull that on Arabs. You don't even go to them like that. You only come to Black people because, you know, hey, it's a trick that has worked for a very long time. I'll give you that. And we still have some Black people that's very emotional about that party. Then, let me open back up what I said toward the end of a live stream, not yesterday, but the other day. When they talk about Black men, have you noticed the type of Black men that support today's Democrats? Have you noticed the Black men who are shilling for the Democrats? And I said that the other day, that have you noticed that the majority of them really don't have no strong alpha male qualities? A lot of them are extremely, what's the word y'all say, sassy. That's one word y'all say today. Another word I could think of y'all say today, a lot of them are zesty. That's another term y'all use today, sassy and zesty. Have you noticed that? And no, I'm not talking about what somebody do in their bedroom either. I'm talking about how if you notice those men are always, they are so sassy more than a woman is. You won't even have a woman be that sassy. They matching the same sass as Jasmine Crockett, the men. And I don't know if y'all noticed that. And I say, why is these men, these Black men in particular, that's with the Democrats, why do y'all respond like that? You know, I mean, I knew at one point in time, I told you all of them had a certain look about them. If you look at them, they all got a certain look. It's not that normal look, like, you know, a normal look of a brother, right? Like, you know, a brother have a certain countenance about it. We talking about a straight-laced brother. He taking care of his business. He have a certain countenance that the folks fear. Their countenance is weakness. The folks don't fear that. And they're comfortable around them because of the sass and because they're zesty. But notice when the folks are advocating for Democrat or Republican, right? Notice the people that's talking, they're not coming with that zesty energy or sassiness. They straight-laced dudes. I want y'all to know that. When they talk about Hispanic politicians, notice they're not coming around them like that. And they can even support Democrat, but notice they don't come around like that. Asian politicians, Notice the men in their community, even if they support Democrat, they don't come around acting like that. But what is it? Help me. Like I said, I'm all ears. I'm just telling you what I noticed. I'm just telling you what I noticed. And I'm not talking about what somebody do in their bedroom, because a lot of them that's sassy like that got wives at home. So I'm not talking about anybody that's part of the LGBT. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your energy, what you giving off. The women don't even act that sassy for the most part. I'm talking about the black Democrat women. And they women, they should be acting that way. They feminine. Well, it's supposed to be. So you want to talk to black men, the average black man, and the average black man look in your history and they see how sassy you can be and how messy you are. Man, that turns black men off, be honest with you, to listen to you talk about Democrat. Even if you're not a historian on the history of what they done to black people. Now, they still won't talk about why some black men like Trump. Some black men like Trump because Trump don't walk around here sassy. He don't walk around here zesty. He say whatever he want to say, and he do a whole lot that he want to do. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. A dude like Trump got money, responding that way. He'll say anything he want to whoever he want to say it to, on camera or whatever. You may not like what I'm saying, but a lot of brothers like that. Because Trump, the way he comes across, I don't know him personally, but the way he comes across like showing strength, and then look at these black Democrat males. They sassy. Black men will not identify with the sass. Sorry, they're not. I'll still never forget that interview with that lady, I think it was during the pandemic, and he was saying something about the virus that came from China, and he said, well, why did you ask me that specific? Tell me that specifically. You say, because it came from China. And, like she was getting what he was saying. Basically, he was pointing at her. Like, you that's part of your community. That's where it comes from. That type of stuff Trump was doing. Now, would I advocate doing that sort of thing? No. But what I'm saying is, when Trump do crazy stuff like that, just realistically, a lot of dudes like it. In general. I'm not even talking about black. I'm just saying in general. I seen Biden the other day. My Lord, did y'all see Biden at the Juneteenth thing they did at the White House? Oh man, seriously, he what's that meme they made of him? Oh boy, I forgot the name of it. I would have to play it for y'all. Because Trump and them been joking about him going to a retirement home or a nursing home or whatever. That they are doing that man wrong. Like, real talk, they're using that man. They're using him, and he don't know if he coming or going half of the time. If you watch him, trust me, I've seen older people that get in his position and like, this man is dealing with dementia. He is. And these people are so craving to hold on to power because they know nobody will vote for Kamala. So they got to keep this man and just hopefully he makes it another 4 years. But that man is he's sick. Anybody who's dealt with elderly people who had dementia can see that he has that. He's not going to come out and say he's diagnosed with it, no. But that man has dementia. The freezing, the slurring of his words, unsure where he's going at times. He has dementia. If the Democrats actually cared about Joe Biden, they would actually say, hey, we need to get another Democrat to run because this is not it. And then a lot of people don't even like Biden because of what I talked about earlier, paying $150 for some groceries and your grocery card is not even full enough to say you spent $150. People are suffering out here. But the Democrats don't even care about Joe Biden. And I don't see why his wife is sitting up here allowing that when she know her husband is sick. I mean, is the power that addicted? And to you black American Democrats out there, who's hardcore Democrat, I mean, that is the man that you want to put back in office? A man that they got to lead different places? He don't know if he coming or going? Now, he was in there with Obama. He wasn't like that. He was fine. But this is a different era for him now. It is. He's not the guy he was during the Obama presidency. Yeah, and you're right, Athena. The whole world sees it, and it makes America look weak, and it makes Americans look like we're insane. The whole world see it. You got all these world leaders like President Xi and you got Putin out there and you just name it. Whoever, they got people, you know what I'm saying? Kim Jong-un, they got all them. And they all see it. And you can't tell me they try to take advantage of that man. But the people around him is taking advantage of him too. If we were doing that to an elderly person in our families, they would consider that elder abuse. Elder abuse. There are laws on the books about elder abuse. You can go to jail for elder abuse. And at this point, when I see they do with Joe Biden, it's elder abuse. That man needs to be at home with his family. He needs to get treatments, whatever he needs to do, but he does not need to be trying to run this country, not in his condition, no. Okay, RJ McKinney you say why won't millennials or Gen X be president? Because millennials or Gen X haven't really ran a candidate, a grassroots candidate, and everybody get behind them. And you have to understand, that's the only way you can defeat big money, the grassroots. Because if you just try to do it the traditional way, you never can compete with these corporations and super PACs. You can't. But the grassroots can always defeat them because, but the grassroots has to mobilize. Like during George Floyd, the uprising. It's nothing that the corporations or super PACs could have done about that response. That's why they were trying to throw everything at Black America to calm down. When they complained about DEI, that was white corporations came up with DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. No Black American asked for DEI. That's their creation. Now they're complaining about what they created. We didn't ask for DEI programs. We asked for justice. That's what we talking about. We demanded justice, not DEI. But they know what they're doing because they know you give a few black people some trinkets, give them a little job, give them some money, and they calm down. They go right back to being quiet. And the sad part about the Biden presidency, it has pacified a lot of black folks, and it just, for some reason, when a Democrat's in office, it sucks the wind out of y'all. Only when you have Republicans that's really putting that foot to your butt on some things, it's the only time that you shine. It's like we perform better under pressure as Black Americans. It's like, you know, diamonds are created out of coal, but the only way to get a diamond out of coal, it has to have a lot of pressure over the years, and that's how you get your diamonds. And in order for Black Americans to create diamonds, I noticed, you have to be underneath intense pressure, in your face calamity, and you create so many diamonds that way. But if you just given just the lax, you'd never create that diamond. That's what I've noticed about us. Well, yeah, you're right. These, Gen X, which I'm part of that, We didn't ask for desegregation. We didn't ask for any of that. We were born into desegregation. We were born into the civil rights bill, voting rights bill. We were born into all that. We didn't ask for any of that. Well, we'll see. We'll see Karen Peters. We'll see what happens with the election. I don't know. You still got some time to go. Democrat shields are shilling. They doing what they do. And before I definitely wrap this up, to all you Democrat shields on Facebook, if you're listening, we don't cape here. So if you want a Democrat shield platform, you know what they are. Go over there, because it's not gonna be here. Because I know you probably didn't had a problem what I mentioned about the situation about why a lot of men, even some black men like Trump. Oh, I know you had a problem with that. And you definitely had a problem with what I said about a lot of your black Democrat males are very sassy and zesty. Oh, I know you had a problem with that. And you know it's true. That's why you get mad about it. You know it's true. All right. Good. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we come toward the end. Thank you for joining us on the live stream. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. Download the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store. Very, very important. Once you download it, make sure you either get a monthly membership, a quarterly membership, or a year membership. That's very important. That's the best way you can support our platform. Getting a monthly membership is like donating 32 cents a day. That is not much for what we are trying to produce here at African Diaspora News Channel and all our supporting, platforms that we have. We have a little bit more things, all the South African content is finally getting edited as it should. I really like how that meet and greet video came out. And we'll post all that when we get a chance to. But it's always going to be on the app, immediately after we come out with something. But thank y'all for listening, and thank you to everyone that has supported the stream tonight, those who gave super chats and things like that. If we can get, all 1,400 of y'all, it'd be great. All 1,400 of y'all go to the app and get a monthly membership. That'd be great. We'll definitely hit a good goal that way. Like I say, it's just $9.99 a month, or you can do a quarterly, or you can do a yearly, whatever the case may be. But